Give me a moment. Just a moment. Just a minute, guys. Okay, so I'll share my screen. Kindly, someone can confirm in the chat, or you can unmute yourself and let me know whether my screen is visible.
Yeah, we can see.
Yep, thank you. Okay, so let's start our session for today. So this is a basic introduction about myself. So myself, Arvind. So I have like around 11 plus years of experience in automation engineering. So I work with a variety of frameworks like Appium, Selenium, Playwright, Cypress, and almost all the testing JUnit and almost all frameworks actually. And also I have worked with a couple of clients actually from India and Middle East. So most probably, so varies on Standard Chartered, Emirates NBD, Binance, and UBS actually. So these are the clients that I worked with it. So and I have a corporate experience of training. That means that my corporate training experience of around 6 plus years I have. Like almost I think now I didn't update this slide actually, but it is almost like around I would say 7 years it has become. Okay, so almost like 7 8 years. So that's my corporate experience. So and soon jumping on next actually. So before we jump on to mobile automation, so if any doubts, any clarifications or anything you require it up, so kindly post it into the chat inside our Google GoToMeeting, or you can post it in the WhatsApp chat if that feels handy, or if you can unmute yourself and you can let me know also, that should be fine actually. So whichever mode of communication, so you can use it. Yeah. So whichever you feel convenient. So let's continue with our session. So today is the first session and is going to be the demo session part of it. So the demo session will be including walking you through the syllabus point of view and what is mobile automation and all those things. Uh, these things we'll be checking it up. So what is what and how a mobile automation, our APM is going to be quite unique when compared to other tools in the industry. And why do we do a mobile automation and all those things we'll be checking. So before we jump into the topics, let me, okay, so there is a question. Mobile app automation using browser stack will also be covered. Yeah, we can cover it. So far, we don't have it up actually in our syllabus, but I can show you a demo like how to do it up on that browser stack. So why we don't use a browser stack in this one is like say it has a very limited set of device and it has a trial period as well, only like 14 days or something, and then we need to pay and use it up. So as usual, like all the mobiles are expensive and nothing is for free. So that's the reason we didn't include it up. So but if you want to use it up, you're most welcome. Like we can also have some 1 hour session because there is no big difference. So you need to get the device ID, get the URL, and that's it. It's ready to go. So it's not a big deal breaker. So it will be easier one. So if you want to include it, we can have it up. Yeah, no issues. So that's to answer you. So I don't know your name, so it shows me as a guest. So I kindly apologize. If you can rename it when you log in, I think it's possible. So I think that's to answer you. Yeah. So was that fine? Is it okay? Yeah. Thanks. Yeah. Thank you. So, what is mobile automation? So, basically, you must have already been holding all your mobile devices, whether it's going to be an iOS or Android, anything, it can be there. So, your application will be installed on that particular device and you can test on the device actually. So, when we widely categorize it up, all your mobile automation testing tools or like your application basically it is segregated into either one of these things. So either it's going to be a native application, web application, or your hybrid application. Either of these three types only is going to be segregated. So native application, like say, oh, okay. Before going to that, so how many of you are like say a manual testers on mobile application also? Maybe you can put that in the chat with simple yes, 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 something. So you're a manual tester on mobile application. If it is so, just give it as an yes. So if you are not a manual tester, yes, manual tester. So okay. So which device do you work into? Like it's an iOS and an Android? Android. Okay. So, yeah. Thank you. Both the devices. Yeah, that's great actually. Okay. Okay. Yeah, manual tester. Yes, on Android. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, Java with Selenium. Okay, manual tester. Yeah, fine. Okay, Java with Selenium. So, okay, already you do the automation, maybe Madhavi, with Android and iOS, if I'm not wrong. Oh, okay, yes, that's great. That's great. Okay, yes, mobile. Yeah, mobile. Yes, mobile. Sorry, manual mobile app tester. That's great, actually. Yeah, that's good set, actually. Good to hear with you all. Thanks for your messages. So let's jump into it actually. So why I specifically asked this, like say there is a certain criteria, like say because there is an Android and iOS two major devices available in our industry, and each application will work differently for different systems. So that is the only thing. Okay, so that's the only thing. That's the only reason I asked it up. So nothing much actually. So it doesn't matter like say whether you know only Android or you whether know iOS. So that doesn't matter actually because when it comes to the automation part of it, like it's going to be like a two different one because there is a two different platform. It's going to be two different items that is going to be existing. So let's see how we can combine those two Android and iOS together in one particular framework. We'll also be seeing it up. Okay. Can I get APM training on Mac? I'm not using Windows, or do we have separate class for it? Don't worry, Sai. I am also having a Mac actually, so there is not much difference actually. So between a Mac and the Windows, but the problem is like say your Android and iOS will both support on Mac, but whereas your Windows machine can support only your Android. So that is the only thing actually. But I think someone from the top they mentioned like say browser stack actually. So browser stack is compatible across everywhere. Okay, any cloud platforms. So we use a Mac only side to answer you to be short. Yes, we use the Mac one. So I also hold a Mac because it's compatible for both iOS and Android. So that's the reason. So we cannot shift between Windows and Mac. So that's why like say I used only a Mac so that it is compatible. Yeah, that's the
But
only
I think
reason.
the installation is different, right, for the Mac and the Windows?
Installation slightly different actually, so
Mm.
not a big difference actually. So because the code will work both on Windows, Mac, Android, iOS, everywhere it will work. But
Okay.
the thing is, like say the Android Studio installation and setup, you need to do like two steps extra on the Windows machine, which don't required on a Mac. That's the only thing.
Okay.
There
Thank you.
is no huge difference. Yeah, there is no huge difference available. Only the setup. Okay, as you said. So yeah, to answer you, Sai, in a short, yes, we use the Mac machine. Yeah, don't worry about it. And to walk through on the syllabus, right, sir, is this training is for both manual and automation mobile testing? No, unfortunately, for her, we don't have manual testing over here. So we do it for automation mobile testing actually, because the syllabus is quite little vast for automation. That's why we didn't include a manual. So manual, we have a different one. So I think there is a separate session for manual ongoing, I think. But just get it confirmed from the Isha team. So that's what I know about limited knowledge. Yeah. So manual is not. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So for automation testing, let's say course duration. So course duration. So actually it depends anywhere between like say 45 hours to 50 hours actually. So it depends actually depends on the group we are into it. So approximately I would say like 40 minimum of 40 hours and maximum of 50 hours. I would say course duration. So that would be the duration of it. And in this course content, you'll be checking out like say. So obviously, you might have heard like say the syllabus of it. So just I'm putting it in front of you. Uh, okay. So this is the syllabus for you for mobile automation. Okay. So as you can see, the duration is 30 hours, but obviously it will extend to 40 hours actually. But no issues actually. So duration is not a problem. So anyhow, like plus or minus 10-15 hours would be there actually. So these are the syllabus point of view over here. So mobile testing. So just to brief you out, like say, we'll be first taking on to an introductory session over here. So this is like a demo session. So introductory session tomorrow we'll be starting it up like what is mobile automation, what is native web application, hybrid, native, and all those differences we'll be seeing it up. So those who don't know and make use of that introductory session, and then quickly we'll be jumping on to the installation of your Android and your Android Studio and your Xcode actually. So both will be trying to install it up, and we'll be trying to create one particular simulator in our machine. Okay, so once we create a simulator in our machine, and then comes the concept of ADB commands, where we'll be giving a hands-on to you, like how to inspect the elements, not to inspect, how to identify the elements. Sorry, how to identify the devices which is connected to your laptop or your desktop. So a simulator, and also like real device also it is available. So real device also we can connect it, but I couldn't show it to you because I don't do a mirroring actually, but I can still show it to you whether my device is connected or not. Similar to that of iOS and Android, both will be showing it to you, and to list the devices also will be showing it to you. And yeah, so sorry, there is one more question. Do we learn Xcode? So we learn Xcode only the basics actually, so not the in-depth one, because Xcode we use it only to create a WebDriver agent and all those things actually. So nothing much to it. And also to create a particular simulator also we need to know the Xcode. So for on that perspective, on a very basic level, we'll be having the Xcode. How to use the Xcode, we'll be having it, than to explore the Xcode actually. So that one will be teaching it to you. So I have a doubt. To study mobile testing, we need a knowledge of automation. Yes, absolutely. Like, like say to answer you, like say, Manokaran, like say, knowledge of automation is a must nowadays. I would say, like, maybe if you have a group separately available, you can check it up nowadays. Like say, manual testing is available, but automation testing, like say, it is a must nowadays. It's kind of automation as it's in a kind of a demand as it was like a decade back for manual testers. So it is a much demand actually for manual testers. Sorry, for automation testers. If you don't have no issues actually. So here we don't use the Selenium actually. So Jenkins, we don't see Jenkins. We have it up actually in our syllabus, and Cucumber also we have it up in our syllabus, but Selenium we don't have it up, and also we don't use the Python for now. We use the Java for now. So it goes like this. So what are the prerequisites? I would tell it to you is like say, so we need to have a Java understanding. Okay. And then Selenium, it's not a must actually. I would say it as like an optional one. So if you have the understanding, it's well enough. If not, no issues. Because again, the tool that we are going to deal about is like Appium. So this doesn't depend upon Selenium. So obviously it has its own commands. So you don't need to worry about it. But Java is a must. But when you see our core syllabus, like yeah, exactly, Rio, the core Java will be covered over here. I was coming to that point. So our core Java will be covered over here. So up to a basic level, it will be covered. So when I say basic level, it will start from the class methods, uh, and then constructors and OOPS concept. So OOPS concept will include encapsulation, abstraction, polymorphism, and also we'll include the inheritance interface, and also we'll have about something called your what to say collection concept, and we'll touch base the generic concept as well, generics in Java. So all these concepts will be touching base to it. And yeah, you teach Cypress? Yes, Kiran. Yeah, I have the Cypress. Yeah, we have an ongoing batch on Cypress, but you need to get in touch with Isha Training for that one. Data structures, we don't do it because structures is a very big concept actually. So if we touch that the entire course, we can't cover it up in the duration. 40, 50 hours, we can't cover it up. So data structures, we don't cover it up. We instead of that, we just give some search examples, search, sorting, all these examples we give it up. So the data structures, we don't cover it in that, but instead we give some examples and we cover on that basis actually. Yeah, so that's the one actually. So, and to coming to the point, the prerequisites, like I would say, like say these are the prerequisites I would say. So Java, so we have it in our syllabus, where we would be to approximate it, give it, like say we give it as an intermediate level. Okay, so that's the level of training we give it up, because advanced concepts, there is again a different session available altogether. So why an intermediate level? You'll ask me a question. So to answer that, why? Yeah, to answer Manogaran's question, only core Java is enough for mobiles. Obviously, it's enough actually. So we are not going to build an application. We are going to test an application. So to test an application, a basic level of understanding and how to use, on where to use, should be very well sufficient for. Okay. So that level of understanding, if you have it, I would say it's a big thumbs up, because whenever you try to go for an interview, the first thing they would ask you is like say, do you know Java? And what is like they'll randomly ask you like say to write a programming on sorting a number, or write a programming of prime number. All these things definitely will be there apart from Appium, because Appium, when you see like say certain people's I would say, like say I would take an interview for certain number of people. So what the mentality would be, like say if you know Selenium, so most of your APM would be an easier one, because I would put forth a question to you. So what is the difference in testing between a web application and mobile application? So any idea? Maybe you can unmute yourself, no issues, or if you want to type it, just give it a go. So what the difference you see between your mobile application testing and web application testing, or just a random, what's the difference that you see?
There might be
Web.
setup changes.
Okay, so apart from setups, how about the UI handling? Maybe it's a good one. Setup.
Mm, they pretty much both are same, similar.
Both are, yeah, except one.
There is a difference in the perspective testing. So for the mobile application
Okay.
testing, we have to use a real device or either emulator, simulator, and where we have to test functionality and just give me a
No, no, sure, no problem. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Sai and Ria, the both are true actually, but one thing you forgot, the touch action. The touch
yeah.
action.
Touch action is
Yeah,
also used.
that's the only main difference I could see from my experience, which differentiates a web application and a mobile application. Apart from that, all the other things are same. So in mobile device, you touch and you type, you touch and you, that means you touch the button, it clicks on a button, and same way the drop down, everything is going to be the same. Okay, so that's the only difference. But apart from that, the rest is going to be the same. So only the configuration, as I said, like there is some differences is there, because as a automation tester, we need to configure, uh, we need to configure like which device I'm going to access, which application I'm going to access. So all these things we need to configure. So that is common for both iOS and your Android. Okay, so there is one more question. Sir, can you tell us the class timings? Okay. Yeah, class timings would be the same timings as today. Maybe I was late by 5 minutes, but it would be usually we start the session on the right time, maybe actually. Maybe it's the time. Maybe let me check it really quick. What will be the India timing? Uh, just a really quick one. Just a minute. Yeah, I think in India it's around like 10 o'clock we start, and it's going to be like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. The timing actually in India, IST timing, so 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. So usually we'll have it. So today we were late by 5 minutes, but from like the next session we'll wait for 2-3 minutes and then we'll start our session. Okay, so that's how we usually go about for all the sessions. We wait maximum of 3-4 minutes. That's it, if not there is any configuration issues, and at the end of the session we'll be having a Q&A session, so that any configuration, any doubts, any of your experiences you want to share, or any of the experience that I had, I can share it up. So it will be like a more collaborative session than a one-way session actually. So that will be there to answer you. The class timings will be like 10 p.m. to 11 p.m. And for mobile testing, we test only for Android, or we test the Apple mobile also. If we test Apple mobile, we need knowledge. No, not required. Like Swift knowledge is not required actually. Even if you go for Android, right? Nowadays, like people are started to use something called a Kotlin, a language called Kotlin, Kotlin. So that means, like, say, I'm not going to build an application and I know I'm not going to build an application on on Android application, so I need to know the language. So that is a good way. If you're going to build an application on Android, Kotlin is a must, or Java is a must. If you're going to build an application on iOS, Swift is a must. But here we are not going to build an application. We are going to test an application. We need to know the architecture part of the application, but not the real-time building part of the application. Yeah. So that is one thing. 11 because my office timing starts at 11 a.m. IST, so I used to wake up a bit morning. Okay, okay, Sachin. 10 and 11. Okay, so maybe you're in Japan, right? Japan. It's like, let me see, it's from India. How much time? It's 5 hours ahead, I think. Okay. Okay. JST, or it's around like now 2 a.m. Okay, that's really bad. Yeah, I think unfortunately that's going to be the timing actually. But but you can get with Isha team actually if there is any sessions, any other sessions available. They have planned it because I was given this timing. I don't know about the other timing. So just get in touch with Isha's. They might help you out around. Yeah. Do we have morning
So,
classes according? Yeah, yes, please.
yeah, just wanted to confirm कि this nowadays Maestro tool is also in demand. So, what is the difference in APM and Maestro? So, just wanted to know.
Sorry, what is the tool? Sorry,
Maestro,
sorry, Nexto.
Maestro.
Maestro. Okay, so I have not heard about it, but let me check it up. Okay, so it's like purely for web and mobile, or just a mobile application?
As I know, it's for mobile application testing, and here we can use a
Okay.
YML language.
Oh, okay. Because I've not heard about it quite recently, actually, but I can check it up actually. So Maestro, I've
Yeah,
not heard about it quite. Yeah.
sure.
So if it's going to be YAML language, actually, so that means like it's kind of a configuration we do. So I've seen the Espresso tool. So that's for Android, and Xcode for iOS. They have their own unit testings available. But Maestro, I'm not sure, but I'll check it up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. I think like Maestro is kind of maybe I'll check it. I'll confirm. Yes, bro. Because I think it is something like similar to that of Espresso and Xcode, I think. But I can confirm you. Yeah, I, I know somewhere I heard about it. Yeah, it's kind of a code, like say a developer builds a code and you test on the code of that one. So I think it's kind of that tool. Okay. So, but I will not confirm it, but I'll check it up. I can do that. And do we have morning classes according to IST? Mornings, I don't think so. We have any sessions actually, because mornings, I don't think so. We have it up. Even though if we have it, it would be around like 8 to 9, I think. But I'm not sure on the time. But just get it confirmed actually from Isha group. Yeah, because last time we started it up and it didn't. There was a little bit shortage actually, but you can get it confirmed actually. But for now, the timing would be like say 10 to 11 IST actually for now, the timing. Yeah. And to jump on it, the course platform, like say we'll be seeing what is mobile testing, mobile platforms and types, and then their limitation. And then we'll also have the APM part of it. So as I told you, we'll be trying to set up a Android and iOS, and then try to create a simulator, and then check the device details with the help of ADB commands. And also we'll check about the synchronization with APM. How does it work, and can we configure it, can we inspect it, all these things we'll be seeing it up. And also the main thing about the locator strategies, when we say about the locator strategy, so basically like what type of locators we need to use and how frequently we need to use it up, all these things we'll be checking it up. And most probably we'll be dealing with the XPaths and the CSS selectors, so those things we'll be using it up. and we do have some sample application, and also we can use some real-time applications as well to handle it up. And also, like, say if you have an Android device, try to install this one apk.info. So I don't know how many of you have heard about this. If you already heard about this, please comment it in our chat actually. So if you go to, like, say Google uh, Play Store, you heard about the Google Play Store. Okay, over here. So there is something called your APK info. Okay, yeah. So this is a tool. So this tool, if you haven't installed it, just try installing it inside your Android device. It's not